Hey, this is David, across from David Cole, and across from me is Christian Cole, and we are Gen X Unhinged. Whoa, what are you doing?
We're
You
not
doing all
just
right?
hanging out. Hey, Wednesday night. Wednesday
Wednesday
night.
night, Wednesday
Yeah.
night fights or
Yeah, it's
something.
kind of, hey, you know what? I like Wednesday nights. Yeah, I get to sleep in on Wednesday morning. That's why. I don't actually sleep in, but
Yeah, you get up at 5:42 instead of
right,
5:32.
right, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
I know how that goes. I know
Yeah,
how that
yeah.
goes.
It's one of those things like if I get up and go back to bed, I'm actually more tired during the day. Now, if I get up and just stay up, I'm okay. But if I get up and then go back to bed for an hour and then get back up and get going, I'm tired all day long. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think there's a point of no return. Like, so if you get up at 3, you're still safe. But if you get up after 4, yeah, you're dead. You're just
Right.
dead. You
Right, it's
you can't
weird.
sleep anymore.
Right, right, right.
And
You
you
just
want
lay
to. You
you
want
want
to,
to,
though.
you want to, because it's so comfortable, but you just can't
Yeah,
do it. You just can't
yeah.
do it.
Do you guys sleep with the air conditioner going? Pretty
All the
cool?
time. All the
Yeah.
time, yeah, fan blowing.
We've got a
So
fan blowing. We try to keep it nice and cool to keep because the heat will wake you up.
right,
Just trying to help us
right.
sleep longer because neither of us sleep past 5:30. Darlene's really bad. She's like 5:15.
Wow,
So
wow, I can't handle that. I can't handle it.
what, you get up at 5:40?
Well, yeah, 5:42, 5:43, unless I got something really important to do, and then I wake up at 3:30, 3:35, 3:40. We have a clock on the roof,
I
you know?
love that. We had that for a long time. I loved it.
Hey, bro, the dog knocked it, unplugged it one night. I
Yeah.
woke up and looked up, I didn't see I lost my whole life. I couldn't find my phone. I was in complete panic that the world was over. Yeah, it was craziness. You get you don't realize how cool they are until you don't have one.
Yeah, I know, and we don't have one anymore, and I don't know why I haven't just bought one because it was great.
Yeah, they're a lot of
Uncle
money. I
Vern
think they're about $11 on Amazon now.
Yeah, I know. Uncle Grandpa Vern gave us ours, 100
Okay,
years
okay.
ago, so,
Well, that was
you know
probably really expensive back then.
yeah, it was probably $32,
Right,
so
right, right. That yeah.
hey, did you see this largest coordinated Medicare fraud takedown that happened today? 324 defendants involving 14.6 billion with a B,
With a
billion
B.
dollars.
Absolutely. They just keep
That
stealing
is
money. Like I said, what I said a long time ago, it's like, I don't know who to be mad at. I don't know to be mad at the people who stole the money or mad that I didn't get invited to help them steal. I mean, kind of caught in the middle, like, you
Yeah.
know, hey, and the best part about it is if I had been invited, not that I would have done it, but if I had done it and Kamala would have won, still wouldn't be in trouble.
Yeah, you
I'd
would
just
have
be
been a
flying around
Democrat.
in my jet,
That's right. That's right.
taxpayer funded.
Taxpayer funded. I that's just that is so I mean, 324 defendants. That's not it sounds like I mean, that's a pretty decent amount, but for $14.6 billion, that really isn't very much. I guess in Minnesota numbers, that's a lot,
Right.
because but for the
But
rest of
wasn't
the United States,
Minnesota at 8 billion in the first place?
I know, and they didn't have 324 defendants.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No. So this has
So
got to be
Minnesota
on
actually did
top.
it with a lot of yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, that's just sad money, and we've been saying so. We've been doing this since October, and you've been saying we're shooting for $1 trillion in fraud. We're probably there, quite frankly. I mean,
Yeah,
seriously,
you're probably
we're not
right.
too far off.
No.
I've been saying they get all this fraud taken care of, and they're going to be able to get rid of the taxes like Trump wants to do. And every month it seems to get closer and closer.
Right. And it
So
needs to be. I was talking to the guy that I hang out with during the day, and he's Indian, great guy. And,
yeah.
we were talking about property in India. And, because I was asking about the weather, I've never been to India, so I have no idea what the weather's like. And he said it's like a really wet heat. It's like really hot and wet. Like you'll take a shower, get out, and you're wet, you know?
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, they don't have property tax. I said, so when you go buy a piece of property, what happens? They're like, well, one guy gives the other guy the deed. You pay tax on the sale and you own it.
You're done.
And I said, well, when do you pay tax again? He goes, oh, the next guy who buys it pays it. I said, oh, so you don't, he goes, no. He goes, "No." I couldn't believe it. I mean, you got 50-cent gas in Iran, and you don't got any property tax in India. I don't know what I'm doing here, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I mean, come on now. I could take $500 and buy enough gas in Iran to drive to India. You know what I mean?
Can you get there from there? I don't even
Hey,
know.
I will have enough. I'll fill up a boat. I
There you
mean,
go. There you go.
if if
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
if fuel is 50 cents a gallon in Iran, then jet fuel is like $1.50 a gallon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Who cares?
Yeah. Why at that point does it matter? You know, I'll just bill out for 500 catheters and pay my plane payment and get out of the country.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, that coordinated Medicare fraud, the majority of it was catheters in the durable
Right.
medical equipment side. That's just that's just nuts.
Right.
Oh, I can't believe in the
I mean,
world we
at
live
what
in.
point? I mean, it's like, it's really weird. This one office used 14 billion, they used 3
Catheters.
million catheters in the
Yeah,
last 2 years. But the
it's
problem
pretty
is
bad.
they're from Podunk, Tennessee. You know what I mean? There's 9 people in the entire county, but they use 3 million, and then all the
Doesn't make
money's
any sense.
going overseas. We are supplementing the entire world economy with our fraud. Just think about that. I mean, that's a true statement. We are, we are,
Or with our catheters,
or with our
one or the
calendars.
other.
Yeah, either way, either way. And the worst part about it is they're probably all made in China. We probably buy them, bring them here, and then sell them, and they send the money out. So, oh yeah,
Send them right back, yeah.
right, yeah, yeah. We're the middleman for catheters.
Hey, speaking of taxes, did you see how much the New York Knicks players had to pay in taxes?
Over half.
So it was great. They got paid something like, each player got a bonus check of $750,000 from the NBA.
Right.
Nice check. That's pretty nice little rewards. Some of them, Jalen Brunson probably makes $30 million a year, so it wasn't that big a deal to him. But some of those players only make $1 or $2 million. So
Right.
$750,000 is a lot of money. The taxes they had to pay were $440. I think it was $410,000 on a $750,000 check. They
Right.
got $340,000.
Right. Well, and this is one thing that I've noticed is that the richer people get, the more upset about smaller taxes that I've ever seen. Like somebody like me, like if you give me 50,000 and you take 10,000 for tax, I'm gonna lose my mind. Right? I'm just gonna lose my
Right.
mind. But for like a millionaire, they'll have $50 million in the bank and they'll get a $750,000 check and lose 50% of it and just lose their mind. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. But it's to us, it's like it's not a big deal. But to them, they get pissed. They get they get really mad, and I would too. But I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how much money you have, you still get pissed off. You could own
Yeah.
47 buildings in Oregon and get mad every time you pay property tax. We were just
It
talking about property
yeah.
tax.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you
it just comes down to you don't like to pay, especially since our tax system's so screwed up and too many people are doing fraud. You just don't want to be giving more money than you have to taxes right now.
no
Any kind of tax is just, it ticks
right,
you off.
right. Well, because the money's going to another country.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
Or
my
you're
point.
supplying illegal aliens with Medicare, Medi-Cal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
buying Gavin Newsom a $9 million mansion, riding on a bullet train that doesn't exist. I mean, then that's where it gets upsetting. It's like it's not so much the money, in my opinion. I mean, it is the money, but it's not the money. It's injury to insult. Not only did you take this from me, you're not even giving it back to anything that I use.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm paying taxes, all this stuff, but you're not, you know what I mean? It's like, so you just keep taxing me, you tax my property, you tax my gas, this, that, and the other thing. If that was all coming back and I had gold roads outside my house, you know what I mean? That would be different. Then I can
Yeah.
argue about the fact that I don't need 24 karat bricks along my school street. You know what I mean? But I don't even have that. It's craziness.
I 100% agree. It's just, and it doesn't matter. how much or how little you make, it just ticks you off. It's just
Every time.
It's just too
Every time.
frustrating.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. So we're 10 minutes into this, and we've kind of buried the lead because it's really not the lead anymore. But the Iran war / peace police action or whatever,
Yeah. Finally
it's
over.
done. I mean,
They finally ran out of rocks.
They finally ran out of rocks. They agreed to the ceasefire, and it's not done because they have 60 days to hammer out the no nukes ever again piece.
Right.
But you really get the impression it's done. I mean,
right. Well, they're in the phase of we'll stop shooting, but if we find a bullet, we might throw it at you.
We might.
We're probably not going to. We're going to still talk about this. You know, they're trying to negotiate from a position of power when there is none. All right.
Power.
Just give up the nukes. What do you need it for anyway? There is no reason for Iran to have a nuke. No reason at all. None whatsoever. None at all. Because why? I mean, you know, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody should have a nuke. And the only way you stop nuclear power and people blowing each other up with nukes is if everyone's got the same size rock. You just trust that nobody will throw that rock.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
But we don't trust him not to throw the rock. We don't trust Iran to not throw the rock. Iran is a ball hog, and they will hold on to it, and then it'll all be bad. It'll be bad. It'll be bad.
And they've proven that they're not a good government, that they're not
trustworthy.
They're not trustworthy.
You know, they're on world demolition. That's what they do. They don't. You know what? It's their God or you're dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be real. I mean, you know, it's like, hey, you better, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
So the good news is the price of oil is starting to go down. It was down to under for a short time. I don't know where it ended up today, under $80 a barrel. So it had gotten up to as high as 120. So that's a 33% decrease?
You know, I thought something like that because I went to get gas, and gas here was only $5.89 and not $6. So I was like, what happened to that dime? You know what I mean? I mean, that's literally, so just what you said. So that was a fluctuation of what, $30 per barrel?
Yeah, or as much as 40 at the highest, but really it was more like 20 to 30.
$20 to $30, right?
Yep.
We saved a dime in California.
Well, give it time.
Make that.
Give it time.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
But Trump is really, he keeps talking about $2 to $3 a gallon.
Well, no, and that's awesome for you guys in Oregon and all over the country. That's great for you guys. Okay? Doesn't matter. Whatever Trump giveth, California taketh away. It's just how it is.
Well, you know, that's how they keep the largest economy in the United States.
Yeah, because we're China. Okay? California's China. We're mini China. I don't care. Hey, we really are. Telling you.
You even say that like Trump does. That's pretty good. China.
China. China. We are definitely China. China virus. We are China here in California. Whether you believe
Don't you think that's racist to say China virus?
I don't know. They're controlling our elections here in California. Why is that bad? I mean, is it racist if someone walks up to me and says, if someone walks up to me and says, "You're white," is that racist? No. You know, you're
that's
from
what
America.
Trump was asked.
Right.
That's what Trump was asked during COVID. It's like, aren't you being racist by calling it the China flu? And he's like, that's where it came from. China.
Right. China virus came from China.
China virus.
Right. Hey, and for 2 days in San Francisco, Gavin Newsom cleared the homeless problem. He cleared them all out. 2 days, none of them anywhere. We had look at the pictures. The streets were lined with Chinese flags. They really were, up and down. Hey, it was like, hey, I'm telling you, it's the People's Republic of California. Hey, we are just a red flag away. I'm telling you.
So do you think he put the homeless on a bus and like took them 17 miles out of town so it would take them 2 days to get back?
It wouldn't surprise me.
How would he? How would he even do this?
This is what I think
Because they're back,
happened.
right?
Right.
They're
Oh yeah,
back.
they're back. What he did is he took the government money. They took federal money, federal tax money, took all that money and put all these homeless people in luxury hotels. Okay, and that happens here in Lodi. No, I'm not kidding you. Hey, I won't tell you what hotel to go to, but they're nice hotels. These aren't like the Holiday Inn. These aren't pay by the hour type establishments. Okay. Like, you don't pay an extra $1 for a sheet at these places, right?
They don't have budget. They don't have budget in their name.
Right.
They don't say
Absolutely
budget.
not. Absolutely not. And the government's paying for it. So instead of giving them an apartment and drug testing them and giving them mental health and taking care of them, they just give them a hotel room and say, hey, do what you want. You know what I mean? That's what they did. I mean, that's a proven thing. Look it up. California, we're known for that. Hey, if you're homeless and you want a nice hotel room, come on. We'll take care of you here in Cali.
Well, Newsom's getting taken care of right now by the FBI.
Yes. Yeah.
Woof. Do you think we might see some jail time? Yeah, and his wife.
Hey, $4 million. She's at $4 million. She was getting 150,000 from one of her NGOs, and then she had another NGO that she was in control of. That NGO A paid NGO B, which paid NGO 3, and we put them all combined. All this stuff, she was making like $4 million a year.
Wow.
Right. I mean, Gavin Newsom makes $275,000 a year. Right? His family doesn't talk to him, but he bought a $9 million mansion. Plus, he kept his old little mansion that was only worth 2.8. Okay? Do you know what? You probably do know this. I had no idea. Do you know what the mortgage is on a $9 million property?
Oh, probably $50,000 a month.
$52,000. Without power and illegal immigrants to take care of it. Because we know he ain't paying full price. Come on now.
But so we find out that he's under investigation by the FBI, and it actually started when Biden was presidency.
Correct. And it came from the Eastern District of the state of California whistleblowers under Biden. So it starts. Then, now, of course, that's all they have. Gavin Newsom, Trump is targeting me. No, you stole a bunch of shit and we found you. All right? It's not Trump that's doing this. This was Biden. So then they file this Freedom of Information Act, which is more bullshit from the left. Like, what are you going to do? And so they say, well, we want all these text messages and stuff, but only since Trump took over. Well, why don't you want to see the stuff from when Biden had it? Because is that where you're the biggest criminal? I mean, because you want to know that's where it started? Like, what do they're so stupid. They're like that, the porn lawyer, Avenatti. This guy's stealing everybody's money, running around, and then he comes on CNN and attacks the president of the United States of America. You are retarded. If you're dirty and shady, shut the up about it. Like, don't serious. Like, why would anybody do this? Why? And then why did he run for president? I mean, that lasted for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, you haven't heard a word about that for a long time.
No, not a peep. Because he could be in jail.
Yeah, right now, do you know who the Democrats are putting up as their top rated person for the presidency? No. Kamala again.
Okay. Bring it. Hey, sign her up. Hey, but are they going to actually primary her this time around? Or are they just going to elevate her? Are the Democrats going to be able to vote on this? Or are they just going to elevate her to the top? You know?
Yeah.
Kind of like they're about to do with Steyer in California. Just wait.
Looks like it's happening.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
So Pratt, though, he's putting up a pretty good fight.
And he needs to. Hey, did you see that him and Bass's brother, so Karen Bass's brother and Pratt are both suing Karen Bass and LA County for the Palisades fire. They're together on a team. Karen Bass's brother and Pratt are on a team together suing. I'm not kidding you. You can't buy better. You can't buy better shit than that.
No, that
You
should
know,
be a
it was
show.
like, right, like remember when Waltz's whole entire family came out for Trump? Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I mean, when your own family says that you got problems, maybe you might reflect in the mirror a little bit.
You
know what
might
I
have a
mean?
few problems. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So, but yeah, it's wild times, brother, wild times.
So is Pratt doing more? He's doing more videos, isn't he?
I just yeah. Oh, I see new videos on all the time. I know he's suing LA County. He is dedicated. He goes, now that now that I'm not going to be a mayor, I'll have all this time to just bury the Democrats, and that's what he's going to do full time. Full time. He raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
He raised
Yeah.
a lot of money for mayor. And look, unlike Swalwell, if he uses this money and he pushes through and he uses it to fund his program to take down the Democrats and to show the fraud and the abuse within I'll send him money. You know what I mean? I'll donate to his non-campaign campaign. You know what I mean? No, I'm serious. I would fund him.
What is Hilton's trying to get him to do stuff for him too, isn't he?
Yes. I mean, I haven't really heard it. I got to dig into that a little bit. But you got to understand in California, see, everyone in the world knows more about what's going on in California than Californians. Okay. We don't know because we're not shown anything. All of our news is corrupt. We live in a foreign country for all intents and purposes. So our Facebooks are taken over. All media is taken over. We only see what we're supposed to see. Twitter is a really good source. The problem is you just really have to search it. And I don't have the tentacles on Twitter that I have on Facebook. So it's really hard to get out and to see there. And, because you got to go through and follow everybody. And then, it's hard. It's very difficult,
Yeah.
And then with Facebook, it's really easy when we had the algorithm, but they flipped the algorithm on me. AI decided that I wasn't real. So we got that problem.
and the crazy thing is it's still a problem. 2 months
still
later.
A problem. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Still a problem.
Still fighting it. Still fighting it. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's nobody ever. Hey, I got things coming. So we'll, yeah. Check me. Hey, listen, check back with us in about a year. I mean, stay with us along the way, but I think you'll be blown away. I'm keeping a lot of this stuff under wraps. But there is things coming. There's things in the pipe.
So, did you check out our vice president on The View?
Oh, he slayed as usual. Absolutely tore. Oh, they're so stupid.
He was so calm, so cool, and he just took them apart piece by piece.
Right. Because look, they're full of shit. They just lie. I mean, literally, they just lie. They just ought to swap The View with the Democrats in the House and the Senate. Just swap them. They go back and forth. You know what I mean? Because it's all the same bullshit as all the time. It's just lies and propaganda. It is unbelievable propaganda. They sat there and told him what happened in a classified briefing that he was in on.
Right.
And he's like, that's not what happened. You know what I mean? How do you, this is what I got. This is what I don't understand is that how can you sit next to somebody and tell them how a meeting went that he was part of said meeting, but you're going to tell him how it went? Like, I mean, there's no common sense in these people.
Yeah.
There's no common sense in these people.
And they only like to tell part of the story.
Right.
So Trump has admitted that he and Epstein were friends in the 80s.
Right.
But they don't ever put it was the 80s. They just say, Well, Trump and
Best
Epstein were
friends.
best friends.
Best
Well,
friends.
yeah, in 1982.
He was a member of the club.
Yeah. And then Trump found out the guy was a pedophile and all these other things, and, you know, called the police on him, kicked him out of the club.
I think that it was a young girl that was working in a room that complained about it or something like that happened. And there was like one complaint, and then there was another complaint with a very young girl. And that's when Trump says enough and separated it. And then I guess that there's a whole lot of emails the Democrats don't talk about on how right before Epstein got arrested and right before his death, he was on a mission to take Donald Trump down. Let me ask you what, when somebody has something on you and your whole world's coming in, you're going to do everything you can to take said person down. Hence the Democrats since 2016.
Right.
Everything they can. And what they couldn't, they made up. They even made up an insurrection, right? They made it up out of thin air. They staged it. They staged an insurrection at the Capitol. Why? That's how far they've gone, is to protect what's coming out now. They didn't do all this because they were bored. This isn't about power. This is about CYA.
And
that's
money.
all this is about. And money.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing. Pelosi's worth $300 million. You know, you got Obama and Michael. What are they worth? You know,
Michael.
What are they worth? You know, we'll call him Michelet. You know, hey, Michael,
Michelet.
You know, Michelet. We'll call it Michelet. You got Obama and Michelet over there. You know, they got their fist building that looks like it's something straight out of freaking the CCP. You know what I mean?
Bad.
I mean, it's
ugly.
horribly ugly. You've got 40 or 50 black contractors that have not been paid, that are pissed off. I don't know if you saw about all that.
I didn't.
But there's all these black-owned companies and contractors that have done all this work that still haven't been paid. And I'm thinking to myself, go park your truck in front of that thing on opening day. Just put it out there. Call your friends, call your family, call everybody you know. Get out there. Expose them for this. This is bullshit. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, this is just bullshit. How do you not do that? And then, after you guys beat up on Trump for so long because he was building buildings and some people didn't do what they were contracted to do, so he didn't pay them, and you guys come at him, well, this guy hired a bunch of black companies to do the work, and then he didn't pay him. You didn't pay him. You just didn't pay him. They finished the job, and you didn't pay him. At least the ones that Trump didn't pay, the companies that Trump didn't pay, they didn't finish the job. That's why they didn't get paid. These men have finished this job. These men have been working on this for years. These companies have finished this job. And you're not paying them? I'm sorry. That ain't right. That ain't right.
No, that ain't right. That's just crazy. Say, hey, did you, well, obviously you saw at least one of the fights, or at least the aftermath of one of the fights when the American said Michelle Obama's a man.
Yeah,
that was something.
I literally fell out of my chair. literally, and I didn't watch any of the fight. So what happened was I was sitting on Facebook, scrolling and doing some other work, and this video comes up, and there he is, and I just like, wow, good for you, dude. Good for you. Then the next day, I see all this thing. The Obamas are going to sue for defamation and for slander. And I'm like, wait a minute. If they do that, the attorneys for the UFC need to demand a DNA test because she, he, it, them, they, Michelet, has to prove what sex they are, because if they are a man and they are male, they cannot sue for defamation and slander. It can't be done because it's the truth, and you can't sue somebody for the truth.
I tell you, it's just
that's
it's
legit.
a crazy world. It's a
no
crazy
longer
world we live in.
slander. If I come on
no, you're
national
right.
TV
You're right.
and say, David, you're wearing a black hat with a cross on it, and you sue me for slander, okay? You know, see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
this could get. Mark my words, there will not be a lawsuit. There will
No.
not be one. There will not be one because she
For
ain't
lots
that
of
stupid.
reasons.
Yeah, for lots of reasons, but that's the big one. That's the big one because they know point blank, hands down, what will happen is they will demand that it will come back. Michelin will be Michelin man, and then you know it's gonna all come together, and then the next thing you know, they're gonna be starting to question Barack Obama's birth certificate again, and it'll just go. Hey, that is like the dam of the Democratic lie. Like for real. Like everything is held behind Michelet and his birth certificate. If you remove that, it all comes out. All comes out.
All right, I want to end with these 2 or 3 pitchers that are on the San Francisco Giants that are putting the scriptures on their cap,
Right.
because they don't agree with what the major MLB is making them is making all the teams follow, and that's the pride flag and the LBGTQAI and
Right.
all
And
that.
they're taking it back. They're taking it back.
And so they've got scriptures in Genesis where it talks about the rainbow being God's promise to us. And I just want to say hats off to these guys. You know, that takes some guts to make a stand like that.
Absolutely. Well, did you
this
see that Florida's they're suing for
I didn't see that.
religious rights.
Yeah.
The MLB had no right to tell them that.
It's crazy how everybody has rights but a Christian. And
Right.
and it's
Right.
and it's time that Christians, again, we need to be bold and we need to stand. And that's what these pitchers did. And I'm glad to hear this about Florida, because it's just sad. And
Well, it is sad, and this is the reason. So if they use the rainbow as their logo, okay? So the MLB forces you to wear that. So then
Right.
the players are like, well, that flag, that rainbow has a different meaning to me. So if you're going to force me to wear that, I am going to put a scripture next to it because that's the meaning to me.
that I believe.
You know what I mean? That I believe.
Yep.
Right. So if you're going to force me to choose sides by wearing this on my hat, I'm going to choose God and I'm going to choose Christianity and I'm going to put my scripture up there because that's what that means to me. Has nothing to do. It's not to offend anybody. It's not to upset anybody. It's not to do anything other than those players to say, this rainbow is the sign of God to me. Doesn't matter what the rest of it see it, right? It's how I see it. And it's how you see it, Dave. It's how Christians see it.
Yeah. Well, and I think, again, I talk about the Democrats that I think are the majority of the Democrats. They don't have a problem with this. They don't have a problem with people saying what they believe.
No.
I mean, they just
It's the
don't.
10%. It's the 10%.
It's the 10% again.
Their whole party's being controlled by the 10%. And the worst part about it is any good ideas the Democrats ever had in the history of the Democratic Party, which there weren't very many, maybe like 7, but they're gone now. They're gone. Okay? I can honestly say I do not know any of your Democratic friends, but I know you and I know you well. And I can honestly say that you as a person cannot honestly look me in the eye and say that any of your Democratic friends support at least 80% or better of what the Democratic Party is doing right now. They might have a few in there, but I guarantee you that 80% of their platform they disagree with.
I don't ask them because we just don't have those conversations.
Absolutely.
But I agree with you. I
know, I mean, I'm not calling them out. I'm just saying that I know your integrity of a person, and nobody with smarts, integrity, or any of that could actually agree with 80% of the Democratic platform right now. There's 20% in there. They got great mental health stuff. They've got really good programs if they would actually just pay them instead of stealing all the money to get there. You know, they come up with these great names for these programs, not because they're great programs, because they have a great name and they can fit it into the bill and they can take all the money. Well, believe it or not, the name of the bill, whatever it is, it probably really would help somebody because it's a really good name. You know, who's not going to sponsor a bill for deaf children? Who wants to be on the wrong side of that one? You know what I mean? So, hey, we'll get out of here. Thank you, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you, G-Man, Robert, everybody, all the admins, keeping that group alive. I appreciate you. I'm not ignoring. I just can't get in there. I still can't share. I can't do much of anything. So I've resorted to having to make my any memes that I write, or actually any posts that I make, I have had to literally take them into another program, type what I want to type, add a red background, and post it. Because if I don't, it just goes black and white. And my screen is dark mode, so it's always black and everything's in white. But if you have it in reverse where it's all white and black, it drowns out, and the red really makes it pop. So I want to thank all of you and everyone who does watch the show. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. You know, we're getting back up there. We crested 1 million again.
Nice.
But we're still suspended under other programs, and you know how our funding, basically how we fund this thing, is being cut off completely. So at this point, it doesn't matter how many views we get. Facebook's just stealing the views at this point. They're still advertising on our stuff. They're just not paying us for it. So, you know, so it is what it is. But you know what? God bless you all. Have a great week. Thank you very much for joining us, and hope to see you Saturday morning, 9-10-ish. So yeah, we're kind of lax. We'll be there between 8 and 10 on Saturday. We're like the cable guy. So if you're 8 and 10 on Saturday. But you know, remember how the cable guy used to do that? It will be there between 12 and 4. Oh, okay. So I'll just sit here all day and wait for you. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, but
we'll probably be back on schedule. Yeah. God bless you guys. God bless America.
You have a prayer breakfast this weekend or no?
Nope. Not today.
Oh,
no, it's
then
once
we'll probably be back on schedule.
Yep.
All right.
So
God bless you all. God bless America.
We're out.
That nasty white boy home with you? Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you, darling. But Pops, I'll get rid of him tonight. Here we go.
Gen X Unhinged. Get your bling now. Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms, LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms. Gen X Unhinged is sponsored by cdpfirearmsllc.com. Gen X Unhinged is a weekly podcast hosted by Christian Cole and David Cole. Join us online at genxunhinged.com, on Facebook at Gen X Unhinged Group, or download on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon Podcast.